We're in the building. Bam, bam, bam.
What's going on?
It's your girl Yola, aka Reese Yola Yolanda, sitting next to your girl LA from the A. And today y'all might not like us. So if you sensitive, go ahead and just log off now. We're gonna talk about two things. And we are also we here for it today though. But anyway, housekeeping items. We thank you for joining us live today on this lovely Wednesday. If you celebrate Christmas, this is in 10 days. So if you don't celebrate Christmas and you celebrate Kwanzaa, we coming up. Okay. And if you don't celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa, you're in Hanukkah right now. So Shabbat, I'm not gonna be disrespectful.
She's so disrespectful.
Also, what else? Nothing else is going on in my life, in my world. Work hard, play harder. LA, what do you have going on? I don't know what that deep sigh was.
Today, one of them days.
That was my day yesterday. I got cussed out starting from 9:30 on. The lady said on the email to my boss, she says, I needed anger management. Can you imagine? Me?
You need anger management, girl?
The girl emailed. She requested to have a call pull on me. After she had yelled at me and called me all childs. She was acting weird to me.
She was acting weird to you.
And she said, so when I said, ma'am, you're not going to keep talking to me in this manner. Ma'am, you are not going to keep talking to me. So each time I repeated myself, the octave went up because she kept on being retarded. And I'm like, ma'am. So she's like, you're hysterical. You need anger management. And then she sent an email. And I'm like, that's fine, too. So my boss is like, well, not my boss, my director. He's like, I've never even heard anyone say you were mean. Obviously, he doesn't know me very well.
Well, you know what?
So why is your day like my yesterday?
I just got a lot.
Like what?
It's just a lot, you're just working.
Such as?
I'm just working, just trying to
what do you have a
do
lot
good
of
in the community. That's all.
Do good in the community. When you do good, you feel good, right? So I mean,
but you get problems when you got people that
each new level is gonna require a different devil.
Come on now.
I'm just telling you some words.
And sometimes the devils, they just been sitting there lurking.
They already have.
They just,
people want you to do good, but not better than them. Not me. Not me. I want you to do good.
Absolutely.
Because when you do good, I'm going to do good.
Absolutely.
I don't mind being on the passenger side of the Bentley truck. I don't fucking mind. Listen. Going on wild like, when they going to make that Bentley truck? They did. I don't mind being that friend. I am very encouraging to all my friends. So like, I want us all to win. Like, I don't care who first.
Because we all gonna win.
Because we all gonna win, right?
Yeah.
When you win, I win.
Absolutely.
If I support you in your winning, I'm winning.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that. Some people have a problem.
Well, I have a problem with people who, when they got a problem, they can't communicate.
They don't never do that.
That's what I have a problem.
People don't do that.
Sometimes people don't even understand or know that you have a problem with them because you ain't communicated with them, and then get mad. Folks get, I don't know why they acting that way or whatever. Come on. One thing, if you don't know, integrity is everything to me. I mean everything.
Now you have to tell them what the word means because sometimes they don't know.
Integrity is everything.
Tell them I don't know.
My thing is when I start seeing that the lack, then it's time for a conversation. Let's be grown.
Everybody is grown until it's time to communicate.
That part. And then a lot of times it be coming from a whole lot of assumptions because nobody communicating, and so yeah, it's just some stuff
So
that
it
have
was
to be
just,
taken care
I'm
of.
sorry to hear that.
Oh no, it's all good.
If you would like to go to the gun range, then possible.
Girl, we passed due.
Pass.
My baby ain't been fired off in a minute.
Yes, but let's just go. Let's get it
Long minute.
together. Right. Let's just get it together. So, and then other than that, then
my cousin said you're beautiful.
thank you. I'm Beyonce. No.
Cool. So what we talking about today?
All right, so we got a few things that we're going to talk about. So there was this TikTok that was going around, and it gave a scenario. So we're gonna bring that into the conversation, and then we're gonna talk about another topic that may or may not go over well with people. I mean,
it's about keeping it real.
Controversies. It's controversies. I mean, every day it's a different thing. So I'm gonna see if y'all can hear this. Can you hear it?
Or the guy that says, "Hey, send me the bill, and we'll see what we can do."
Okay.
What type of man you like?
Put it up here.
Answer. Let me know.
First of all, he be trying to sound so sexy. Like, baby, you got to chill with this voice, okay? You got to chill.
Or you can put it in.
Well, TikTok got a new question for you.
Put the speaker.
3 guys for about 2 or 3 months trying to figure out who you like. In case something go wrong in your house, maybe your furniture, your AC go out, and you call the first guy, and you tell him what's up. He said, "Hey, I'm about to get off work. Let me grab my $2 and I'll be right over and see what I can do." Then you call the second guy and be like, he was like, "Hey, are you okay? First of all, do you need to come stay with my crib until we get it fixed? Don't worry about it. We got it." Or do you want the third guy who said, "Well, hey, call the repairman, send me the bill, and we get it worked out"? Because men, we all work on different levels. So, ladies, what man would you choose? 1, 2, or 3, fellas. Which guy are you? Let the ladies know what type of man you are. And for everybody who answers, tell me what type of guy you think I am, and I'll respond to you and let you know if you're right. So it's going to be the first guy that says, "Hey, let me grab my $2 and come and see what I can do." Or the second guy who said, "Hey, are you okay first? You can come stay with me until we get the situation squared away." Or the guy that says, "Hey, send me the bill and we'll see what we can do." What type of man you like?
Okay.
Answer. Let me know.
So
good to see you.
So what he said was, what type of man do a woman likes? Do you like the type of man that stop everything you're doing to come to your rescue? If you had an issue, do you like the type of man that will ask you, "Are you okay? Do you need to come stay with me? We'll figure it out." Or do you like the man that says, "I'm going to come call the repairman and we're going to fix it"? So which type of man that you would like to date? Now, last week we talked about the different type, like 2 different types of women, and most of our viewers chose woman A. Which I'm shocked.
That's what they said.
So that's what they said. But listen,
their heart was in it.
I feel like
their heart was in it.
But I feel like a more mature person would have chose A.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because mature people understand you ain't gonna get along with everybody. So if she ain't get along with you, something,
But it's interesting though, because I think, but even after the show though, it was still some men that came and was like, "Well, I would pick, B," and the reason why was because B probably, well, from what they said, they might have had a more of a connection with B. B might have been the fun person, you know what I'm saying? Not
the fun girl.
Not super busy, not not so much a fun girl in that sense, but
yeah.
Hey.
But who's to say like
we never would know,
because we didn't have all the variables in that case. So in this case, your water heater go out. Do you want the man that's gonna call the repairman? Do you want the man that's gonna offer you to stay there with him, or do you want the man that going to say, "Don't worry about it"?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out like really what kind of question it is, because I mean, you have some men that are not quote unquote handyman type guys. They don't.
I'm from the country. Everybody a handyman.
I get that too, but I'm just saying now you have a lot of guys who are a little bit more quote unquote metrosexual is what they call it.
You do.
Where they don't mind just go ahead and paying for something to get fixed. They may have, listen, what do business people, the men do? What do entrepreneurs do? They ain't going to
depends, though.
outsource, but no, for the most part, if they depend on how your life is structured,
Right,
they're going to pay someone to do the work.
because they don't have the
It's
time.
going to get done.
They don't have the time to do the work.
Right. Well, no, sometimes you can afford to, you don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
And then you have some people who just not skilled in that area. I'm be honest with you. My car, something happened with my car. And I'm dating somebody that I know more about cars than they
Yeah.
do. You can't fix my car, bro.
No,
I'm sorry.
I
So
would
my
be
thing is, that's what I'm
told-
saying. Like, what kind of I'm just trying to figure this question. I'm just trying to break it down.
So
because
which would you
have
like to
different
date
type of
though?
guys.
But what kind of guy would you personally like to
Hell,
date?
put them all together. Give me
You
that
know,
guy.
I like that guy too. But
I mean, I'm just saying,
unfortunately,
'cause
we're not
some things-
built. We're not at Build a Bear.
Something,
We're not at
no.
Build a
But here's the
Bear.
thing: that same guy who may can't fix, the water heater or a car or whatever, may have other skills in other places that he can't fix. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you mean choose? I mean, just because he can't do that particular thing, don't mean that he's not capable of doing other things. That's all I'm
True,
saying. Like,
and that is true.
you can still have that. You can have that, all that right there, and can still be in that one person.
I would rather him say to
Are
me
you okay?
that I can. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need to stay with me? But
Yeah.
if he can't fix it, because sometimes these men lie, and then they done tear up everything up under your sink. So
That's what I was gonna say, Virgil. At the end of the day, it's getting taken care of. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why is there a difference? Like, it's getting taken care of, and it's something that's really not benefiting that person. That's how a lot of times when somebody really care, because they'll do stuff for you that don't benefit them.
But if a person has money, right,
Mhm.
you're dating them. If they
Mhm.
have money,
Mhm.
it's not an issue for them to throw the money at somebody else doing it.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking, like, the people that say they want the man to at least try to like work their way around is only because they want, like, money is something easy, right? Like, they got money, of course they can pay for something. So that ain't no sacrifice. That's not really a sacrifice.
So I look at it like this too, though, and I said this like plenty of times.
Say
One thing that you ain't never gonna get back is time.
That's true.
So hey, you can always make some money. Like, I mean, if it's something that we was doing together,
Mhm.
okay. But I'm just saying, like, that's not saying that one person is more of a what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say quality or value than the other. Like, that's what I'm just trying to break it down, because you maybe date somebody who they can't fix nothing.
Right.
They're not
that's just
not them.
Mechanically.
So if they
inclined.
say, "Hey, are you okay? Come by, come stay with me until we get."
But we're
fixed.
dating. So
do
you
you
want
dating?
when you are in pursuit of a mate, do you want your mate to be a fixer, or do you want your man to be a payer? Right? Because
Why they
some
can't be
women,
both?
they can't. If they can be
I
both,
don't have to choose.
you
Shit.
well, in this scenario, it's just the question.
That's why I don't like this.
You gonna have. Well, they didn't like the question last week when they had to pick between A and B. So now you got a C. We threw a C in there for you.
Well, give me B then. I'll be in the middle.
Well, what was B?
Wait, TikTok got a new question for you.
But if he can fix some shit, then let him fix it.
Guys for about 2 or 3 months trying to figure out who you like.
But if he can't
just trying to
fix it,
figure it
Your
out.
house, maybe your furnace or your AC go out, and you call the first guy.
The first guy.
And you tell him what's up. He said, "Hey, I'm about to get off work. Let me grab my $2 and I'll be
The
right
first
back."
guy is gonna fix it.
Then you call the second.
he gonna
guy
attempt to fix it.
No,
and be like,
he's a fixer.
Like, hey,
Mhm.
are you
Second
okay,
guy.
First of all,
Second guy, are you okay? He's compassionate.
Mhm.
Don't worry about it.
So why you just? My thing is just say it. Just break it down.
Hey, call the repairman. Send me the bill, and we'll get it worked
The
out.
third guy say,
Because men,
you
we all work on
send me the
different
bill.
levels. So, ladies, what man would
So
you
first
choose?
guy
1,
is
2, or 3.
the first guy is gonna fix it.
Man,
Himself.
I have seen
Second
one
guy,
person.
come stay with me, babe, at my house. We're gonna work it out. Third guy, I'm gonna pay for it myself. Just send me the bill. But how much effort does it take for somebody with money to say, I'm gonna pay for it? That's what I'm saying. That's not no effort.
Nobody. First of all,
Well, I'm
never,
assuming if
no,
you just
no.
volunteering to
See,
pay
that's why I
somebody,
said it's kind of vague because
AC bill, because ACs are a lot. You chose B anyway. You gonna go over there and spend the night with the man you only been dating for 2-3 months. So
first of all, I didn't even say how long you
want to be. It did. He said you been dating the man for 3 months.
He said that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. And now you
Well,
over
shit,
here
they done
losing
probably-
shit.
You done already had sex with him anyway, so the 90-day rules is over with.
John said he already called somebody to fix it.
Thank you, John. I'm trying to
Women
figure
want a
out.
man to take initiative, but women also want a man that know how to fix shit.
But not all women care about certain things like that. Like me, like I said, listen. Everybody got their strengths and their weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So just because he can't fix the
A
hot water heater or the
okay.
refrigerator, you know what I'm saying?
He might can fix a car.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
So my thing is, that's why I said, like, just because he may not be strong in one area don't mean that he's not strong in other areas, and it don't put no value. You know, that's bullshit.
It's not.
I don't like
it. I'm saying
because it got.
Can you
fixed at the end
change
of
a
the day.
tire?
I can.
Would you date a man that can't change a tire? Honestly,
Probably
even
not.
if he could pay, even if he could pay somebody to change a tire, if you can do it, shouldn't he be able to do it?
Hey, we might not have grew up the same.
But so my dryer went out.
If they gonna pay to get the car fixed, it okay.
No,
like,
if you can't, I'm for real.
I would prefer him to be able to do certain things.
Changing,
but the way these folk build these days,
because I'm changing the headlight on my car. The man says to me, "I've never seen a woman change a headlight on a car." He didn't say, "Can I help you with that?" He sat there on the side watching me, telling me how sexy that looked for me to be changing my headlight. Okay, so no.
Yeah,
I would never date you.
All right, that's a no.
I'm gonna need you to find something that's safe to do. And I don't see me wanting to date a man that, yeah, if you could pay for a cool thumbs up, but still know the basis of, because you don't want nobody running game on us either.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want him to say we need a new motor when all we needed was the light change.
Right.
My dryer went out. All it needed was this little piece that I bought from Amazon for like $12. I called the dryer, the appliance people to come out just so they could assess what I already figured out to make sure I was on the right path. And I changed it myself. Right? A man didn't have to do it, but a man would have paid for it if I asked them. Right?
John says, why do women date dudes who cannot provide the basics?
Who do that?
I don't know. My whole thing is with the 3 different guys that was mentioned, you can have that all those three things could still be in that one person. Like I said, there's levels to it because again, somebody who may not be, he don't have to, one thing, maybe excellent at something else.
True.
But and y'all might have plans. Say y'all had a trip coming up. It was a vacation coming up. Y'all had something. And it's gonna take however long to get stuff done or whatever. If he did it himself, he might have to go to YouTube. He gonna do it. He's like, I got this, I got you. I did this before, but I don't remember, whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, can we just get this taken care of? Because we got other stuff to do. Like that's what I'm saying. It is so much other stuff that can go into this. Like to me, I don't know. I just don't like it.
What I'm saying is it's okay if you date the man to get it fixed, but at least know the basics of machinery or something. Right? Okay, I can't say that he know how to, I know he know how to fix a lot of things and he'll figure it out. But if we running on time, if time is of essence, go ahead and pay somebody to do it. Mm-hmm. Right? But in a clutch moment, if you gotta fix it, you will fix it. Right. And if you can't fix it, then I'll fix it. Mm-hmm. Right. Because I'll fix you.
So my thing
is,
with person B, right? You know what I'm saying? Something happens. Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the meantime, because it's gonna take time for whatever to get fixed, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the problem with them offering for you to come while whatever needs to get fixed, get fixed?
We only
for example, your house just flooded, right? Your house just flooded, and person C said, "Well, okay, just send me the bill.
Send me the bill.
So where you gonna stay tonight?
I'm gonna have to go stay at somebody's house.
Okay. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of stuff that can factor into this mess. I'm just call AAA.
Hey,
Yeah.
so I had a flat.
Even if I can,
Okay.
if I can
I
change
wake
the
up
tire,
early.
and I'm
Hold
dating
on.
whoever I'm dating, we together, and I can change the tire. I'm not getting out the car to change the tire.
I remember
We
this
get-
one time.
No, if he
Hold on.
can't change it, right? AAA. First of all, I ain't changed no
I
tire
remember this
in a
one
very
time.
long time. I'm not gonna change it.
Listen.
I can pay for it to get changed. I'm not paying. I'm not doing it. No.
But what if it's early in the morning? You wake
I don't
up
care.
early in the morning, it's 5
No.
o'clock. I mean,
AAA,
listen, I called
24 hours.
AAA only because I was on the dark road. However,
Mm-mm.
boy C always gonna say, send me the bill, I'll pay for it, because that is easy to do. Instead of getting out the bed, driving 30 minutes to see
But we
where
can't
I'm
say
at
that
on the
he's just
side
in
of
the
the
bed.
road. I'm just saying, if I have a flat tire, and this has happened,
Oh,
and
so
I
you going by your
done
own
called,
Oh.
and I done said,
Okay.
I had a flat tire, call AAA, I'll pay for it. Like, that's easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes a woman want a man to put a cape on.
I ain't-
Save
not-
me.
not-
You know what I'm saying? Here,
not
this
in
my
this-
cape.
Not in that situation. No.
Yes.
This gonna take too long.
Save me. Shit.
Not in that situation.
Well, but that is gonna be what you look for.
Virgil said, "Okay, you don't want C, so who you choosing?" I'm in the middle. I told you that. So she want A. She want A.
I want to send
She
you the
want
bill.
A.
I want to send you the bill anyway.
But
But-
no, you don't choose.
but
No. Remember you told me you gotta
No.
choose one.
I
A, B, or C.
said I want to choose C. I want to choose C because money is important in this, just in case. But
Mhm.
listen, it is something about having a around, because when I was dating, when I was younger, I had a man in every field. There was a mechanic, it was a plumber, it was a handyman, because I was a single woman and I needed to have somebody on speed dial to call, because you got to get stuff done when you a single woman,
Yeah.
right? You got to get shit done. So you have a man in every profession that you ain't having sex with him. You just cool with him. You cordial to him. You speak to him
Mhm.
every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you need a floor laid, a pipe unclogged, or some shit that you just don't want to do. Because who wants to climb up under the sink all the time because they got hair in their sink? Like, I mean, it gets tired to use that monkey wrench. You know what I'm saying? So when I was young in my 20s, yeah, I did. Shit, don't judge me. I'm just being honest. So I did have somebody
First say.
not a Rolodex, just a few people that knew some things.
Yeah, Black Book.
We were young. When you young, you have to have people. The
I had
hair
my dad.
gets clogged in pipes. See, John don't know because he ain't no more. But you talk to a lot of women, they'll tell you they got a whole bunch of hair in their sink. It's just
And you
laying
just go
there.
up under the sink and you take the little
They
thing
take
out
the
and
monkey
you-
wrench and just
Okay.
unplug, because the little C curl or U
Mhm.
curl, the stuff gets stuck there and it just stay there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, Virgil, I probably would choose boy C, man C, not boy, man
said
C, man
boy
C,
C.
man C. I probably would choose man C. But B seemed like he gonna pay for it and you can come stay with him.
I said B.
B.
And I think
Yeah,
B
B sound
also
like
want to be
better
like,
than C.
dang, I don't know how to do that,
Mhm.
but let me do this. See, that's the thing. He has a solution. That was the thing. He had a
It's
solution.
just so hard.
You're gonna have A that gonna go in there and go to YouTube and probably mess some stuff up.
Yes, but shout out to
Because-
people at YouTube,
Oh, absolutely.
because they got a lot of information
there
on
is.
there.
And some information ain't no
Like,
good.
I taught myself how
Some
to
of it's
change my hair,
amazing.
like from YouTube. My
You
mom,
taught
like,
yourself what?
when I called my mom, and she like, go on YouTube and it's gonna tell you how to fix it. So listen, I be YouTubing stuff to fix all the time, because who done read the manual, the owner's manual of anything? No one.
Hmm.
He said, do you remember him? He was a dancer at night and healthcare clerk in the day. Oh shit. Sound like a
Who it is?
might be a stripper. I don't know. He know you.
Oh, John. Hey.
John.
Of course I know you.
She
That's
know
my
that.
man.
She know that dance. She know that dance. Oh,
No, it wasn't like that.
it wasn't this kind of dancing with a name like Romance. It was.
That's like my
Don't
brother.
stop,
Like,
get it,
he done
get
moved
it.
out to LA.
Oh shoot.
He went and got married, done moved out to LA, living the life.
Nah, bro. Wrong.
We used to work together.
Nah, bro. He said, nah, bro.
Exactly.
No. But so
He was
for
professional.
for the question of the day, LA is choosing boy B, man B. I'm choosing man C.
Director of security for the Clippers now. Okay.
Bam, bam, bam.
I'm gonna come holler at you when I come back to LA.
Yeah, because we need weed.
Lord Jesus.
Man, I just be cracking myself up on this
Well,
this
listen.
here podcast.
Back to this.
So that was the question of the day.
That was the
Now,
question of the day.
So that was like the entree. Now, we're gonna talk about something really serious. Okay? I kind of don't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it, but you know, it's sensitive for men because this is a sensitive topic for men. But first, let me just explain this. I was a single mom. I had my son when I was 18, and I had to sacrifice my education, time, my 20s, for this kid, right? Which I didn't make by myself because I'm not a starfish. I know I be telling people I'm like a starfish, and I just cut off my arm and I created a son, but that's not really what happened. Like I really did lay down with somebody, right? And had this kid. So I laid down with this man. I didn't put him on child support when we went to college. Well, when we went to college, we went to 2 different schools. I dropped out of college so I can be a mom. He continued on college, waking up every day, living he, college life, living his 20s up. Ain't seen a kid, ain't took on a responsibility. So then, you know, my son gets older. I graduate, I get my degree. We making it, everything is going well. Okay, so I put the dad on child support when my son was 16 because he lived 15 minutes up the street and hadn't seen my son in 6 months, 6 months to a year. So we go into court. They say you got to pay her $485 a month. He say, I want to pay her more than that. I say, sir, you don't pay nothing now. Don't be in front of these white people trying to show out because you don't pay anything.
Right.
So like, just be mindful of that. So let's just leave it at the 485, right? Okay. Now, in 12 months, he paid 485 twice. I ain't going back and forth with these folks because I don't got time because I work 2 jobs. I got this kid, but you are out here still living your life. Now, some people would think $485 is a lot of money. Some men would say that $485 is a lot of money. I'm breaking it down. One, when you get up to take your kid to school, you have to figure out a mom is responsible. In most cases, dads that take care of their kids, I'm not talking to you. Right. Don't be offended. And moms, if you don't take care of your kids, I'm not talking about you either. So for a mom, every day she has to wake up a.m., figure out breakfast, lunch, dinner every day. She got to figure out after school activities. She got to figure out if they got extracurricular activities. She got to show up for everything. And she often does not have time for herself.
True.
So to me, $485 divided by 30 ain't a whole bunch of money.
Right.
To take care of a kid that you are sacrificing your whole life for when the dad is up, carefree, living life, no responsibilities. So then some men feel like women are bitter when it comes to child support, but the whole time they mad because you don't got a care in the motherfucking world.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the kid got to wear, how I'm going to get from A to B every single day. That's not an easy task. That's a job.
Right.
Being a full-time parent is a job, and you was at all London's events. So like, and that costs money. Gas right now is $3.
Mm-hmm.
If your kid go to school 12, 15 miles away, you're going through a tank of gas by Wednesday.
Yeah.
You paying $50 in gas
Yeah, going through
twice a week. That's
every other day.
$100.
Talking about it was every
And
other
you
day.
you can't go home and cook because y'all getting home after 7.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta eat fast food if you don't prep meals throughout the week. So if you don't prep the meals throughout the week, then you are stuck feeding your kid fast food to feed 2 people gonna be $15, $20 if you at McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King. Not if y'all going to sit down somewhere, right? So I think when older men, I'm not gonna say too much about younger men, I don't really know, but I think sometimes men try to tell other men like, hey, that's heavy, like that's too much money, and I'm trying to figure out, where do men think any amount of money is too much money? Thank you, Virgil. What did he say? The whole system is trash. So yeah, well, maybe, yeah, I'm a great parent. And I'm just saying, like, sometimes, and then men will say, well, I don't want the mama to have the money, but it's for the kid.
Right.
Because every dollar that you get go to your household, right? As a mom.
Mm-hmm.
Every dollar that come into the house, no matter what you spend it on, is allocated somewhere, and it's gonna involve your kid.
Right.
So
but God forbid if you get your hair done or get your nails
done,
or
then
have your own personal
care,
that's a problem.
It can't be a problem because it can't be a problem because I'm sacrificing time.
No, listen,
while you're in the bed sleep, right? Why the dad and
just telling you that,
and dad, maybe you might spend money, like maybe you working hard hours at your job because you got a life to live too outside. You got another family outside of a kid, or maybe you don't have more kids. I mean, I don't know some men's situation, but you still got this kid, right?
Girl,
you still got this kid. It's not like you stop having this kid because you had other kids. You got this kid plus this kid. You still need to provide for this kid, and you still need to provide for this kid. And if you could, then you shouldn't have had no more kids. I have one kid. I got one kid. You know why I got one kid? Because I didn't have any support. I didn't have support. So I had to figure it out for my kid, right? I had to figure that out for my kid. So to me, if a man makes the money and they can give it to the mom, I mean, like, listen, really, you don't have to get into the child support system if you are able to co-parent successfully with the other parent.
Yeah.
I'm an easy person to get along with.
Me too, girl.
This man didn't put a bad check in my bank account. Listen, and I never said nothing bad about this guy. When he told my son he's gonna take him to Six Flags on his birthday, my son was up early, like, oh, my dad gonna come pick me up. My son was happy and shit. I'm gonna see my dad. I done took you to Six Flags all kind of times before, but it didn't matter because I wasn't your dad. So when the man didn't show up, and my son's sitting here with this long face,
right?
I didn't trash talk the dad. I'm like, hey, sometimes people have good intentions, but then they can't carry them through, right?
Right.
I'm like, so he'll do it the next time, or the Christmas gift or birthday present. Oh, this is from mom and dad, like, because he knows I didn't just make them myself. I don't want to be like, oh, I hate your dad. I don't want to be resentful that he was able to go out and live his life and not have a care in the world. Because I did call him 1 year when the child was probably 9. I said, you must sleep real good at night. Knowing your son eat every day, got a roof over his head, got clothes to put on. Because shit, you don't care. You don't ask him how you doing.
Yeah.
Shit, you got to be sleeping good at night. Right? But then someone will take that and say, oh, you bitter. How? Because regardless of how I felt, every day I had to get up and be a mom.
Absolutely.
I didn't have a day off. Moms don't get a day off. Moms are mothers 365.
Mhm.
Dads are like, in some cases, not all cases, some cases, dads are like the weekend dad or the every other holiday dad.
Mhm.
But every day a mother has to get up, figure out A through Z.
Mhm.
And sometimes life throw monkey wrenches.
A lot of monkey
So
wrenches.
my son gets sent to alternative school, and guess what? Now I got to drive 30 minutes south to take him to school, to alternative school, then go 60 minutes back north. So now I'm filling up my gas tank 3 times a week. But I don't get a call. I'm not gonna call them and be like, oh, well, you didn't pay your child support this month. So because he didn't pay, and it was a court order, after 13, 14 months, they call us back in there. The man tells the lady at child support, I'm trying. She was like, well, Miss Harris, he trying. I'm agitated now. When I get agitated, if you know me, I don't even want to look at you. I don't even want to see your face because in my head, I'm trying not to slap the hell out of you. So I be like trying to take myself out the place. I said, I don't even care about the money. He lives up the street. He hasn't even saw the kid. And then he says, I need to do better at that too. You are picking it too, and that's my fault because the 17-year-old me had sex with somebody that had a drop top car, which was his mama. Because I'm 17, shit, I'm from a small country. I'm in the big city of Atlanta, and here it is, like he paying attention to me, right? Bad mistake, but I still got to deal with it every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I still got to be like, oh, okay, I made this choice. This is the shit I did, right?
Right.
So, yeah, 17-year-old me made a bad choice, but 25, 30, 42 me, 43-year-old me would never. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, it's like when men say, oh, well, child support is for the kid, not the mother. No, it's for the mother to allocate for the kid.
Right.
Because the kid don't pay rent. If your kid has not went without shelter, food, or clothes, a man should not have a problem with what a woman do with the money that you give to her on time or late. These are my opinions. But what is Virgil saying? Trip to Taiwan and DR. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That is not your business, sir. If I get child support and I decide to take a vacation to the DR, Reverend, I done paid all these other bills all this other time. I do deserve some time to live my life. Like, why can't a mother live their life? Now, you do got some mothers that are bad. You do. I'm not speaking on them mothers, though. I'm speaking of the mothers that are really trying and have a hard time with support or are support shamed because they want to take a vacation. They want to get their hair done. They want to get their nails done. But gas is $3.31 a gallon.
No, you can't say nothing.
You gotta drive your kid to school, daycare, after school care,
activities,
and y'all paying 40% of the child because it's a worksheet. That's how they do it, right? Mm-hmm. They take into consideration how much the money the mom makes, how much money the dad make, and then they factor in the cost of the child. Mm-hmm. So then the mom, the custodial parent rather, in most of the case, that's the mom. She pays 60%, and then the dad pays 40%.
Right.
So, and if I mean, sometimes people don't have is it terrible, Virgil? Well, I think the system is terrible because they make it so hard for a man to have rights. They automatically give a woman rights on children, which I don't agree with that. But I guess that the thing is the women carry the kids, So that's why they're the custodial parent. But men should never like stop giving up. Don't give up on your kids.
Right.
Like, don't give up on your kids because you have a co-parent that's not willing to co-parent. Women, stop using child support as a threat to men that don't want to be with you no more. Or stop using child support as a punishment because the relationship didn't work out. If you have a co-parent, you can co-parent in peace. You don't need a piece of paper to tell you how to co-parent.
That's true.
That's if you can co-parent. But sometimes you can't co-parent. Sometimes emotions are just too high for you to be able to co-parent, right? So in that case, you do need to allow someone to come in and say, okay, well, we're going to put together a parenting plan. And then just follow that. What's the lies, Virgil? What? Bring them on, Keisha. I mean, LA.
He know the link. The link don't change.
Okay, so he says he have his kids every weekend. We know you are a good dad. We see your kids. We see you with your kids. Just like moms, you have to figure out what they're going to do every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Then you ask for $50 for the son's birthday. I don't know your co-parent.
I
don't know your co-parent, but we do have mothers that do take advantage of the system.
Absolutely.
Just like you have fathers that take advantage of the system. I mean, like I said, you have people that are going to say the system is flawed because
now you're going to have people who going to actually quit their job so that they don't have to pay. But you got people who will not report any income so they don't have to pay. You have
but who they cheating? You're not cheating.
They cheating the kids.
You cheating your kids.
But they just selfish. I mean, that's just how it goes.
I mean, call it what it is.
It is what
right?
it is.
And then you got your friends that give you
bad advice.
Because at the end of the day, these are your kids, right? If I knew that my child's father made $500 a month, I'm not going to put him on child support if he's there. I only went and filed child support on my son's father because he lived up the street and hadn't seen my son 6 months to a year. My son called him on the phone and went straight to voicemail because his number was blocked.
Damn.
But my son called him from somebody else's phone and he answered. I got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I had to deal with that. And because I had to deal with that, now the son broken. Because all he wants is just a relationship with the dad. It wasn't even about the money.
Right.
I mean, I know how to go get some money.
I'm just
one thing about it, two things for sure.
It all in
one thing about it, two things for sure. I'm gonna go get some money.
We share.
If I got to go jack somebody off at the Waffle House parking lot in order to get something for my kid, it's done. It's done because my kid need it. I'm all my kid has. So some people ain't that. That if that ain't you, that's not you. I'm not talking about you. If that's you, then I'm talking about you. If it's not, I'm not talking about you. But again, like I do know that there are loopholes in the system. It's loopholes in the regular justice
system. Everybody
system.
Don't have the best intentions. We do know that. But for the most part, it's a case by case situation. I empathize with you a lot because I went through almost the same type of stuff. Except for, me and my daughter's father, we were together. You didn't meet him at the McDonald's drive-thru? Nah, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we were good. We were really close, for years, about 4 to 5 years. Actually, yeah. And I didn't want to put him on child support, but when I saw the behavior of I'm just going to always do the bare minimum, I'm not going to. It was simple stuff like I pay for child care, this week, you pay next week. But when it came time for him to pay, he always ghosted. It was always something. It was always something that I had to be hounding you for. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, look. And it ain't like I said, pay for all this on your own. Nah, it was like, hey, I'm going to take accountability. You take accountability, let's work together. After a couple of years, I couldn't do it no more.
Right.
And Yeah.
But she was
It is
older.
definitely a
But
such
initially, you didn't start out.
No, she wasn't that much older. She was a baby. She was a
Oh,
toddler.
okay, she was still taller.
She was a toddler. She
So,
was 2.
but that also set the tone, and it also set boundaries.
Absolutely.
Right. And I do feel like in co-parenting situations where where you're not together, then there needs to be boundaries, and there needs to be expectations set, and there needs to be boundaries, right?
And the thing about it though is like also influence. It depends on who you have around you.
Oh,
what type
most
of people,
definitely.
The people that are around you. Girl, listen.
I'm a boy mom.
Hold on. Do you know? Guess how much I was getting paid for child support?
How much?
A month.
How much?
From 2002 to 2010. Guess how much I was getting paid a month for child support?
How much?
I said guess.
I can't even guess.
$85
a month.
$85
a week.
A month.
Because he lied about his income.
But not even that.
But you're not cheating nobody but your kids.
The stuff that was given outside of child support was far and near. It wasn't hardly nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just a lot of mess. And the thing about it is it's stuff that just did not have to happen, did not have to be, because I'm not a hard person to deal with. I'm not a hard person to talk to. I want everybody to be happy at the end of the day. Like you said, it wasn't about the money. I had a great support, which was my mom, even you, other people, that I had. But like you said, though, it's unfortunate, though, that because women are considered the custodial parent, that the weight does fall, the accountability falls on the mother more so than it does on the father when you're not quote unquote married. And that's just the dirty, that's ugly truth.
That's the honest to God truth.
So that's just one thing that we have to know going into it, That's just how it is.
But
listen, we're going to, the accountability, I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong, but the accountability, it normally is going to fall on us. For example, if something was to happen right now, we had a small child, something was to happen.
He said the other link ain't working.
Okay. We had a small child and something was to happen, right? Who they going to look at?
You?
They're going to look at the mother. The mother is that person that you get called, defects going to get called on, and they going to come take the child from the mother.
Yeah.
Because the mother living in that household.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. If the mother couldn't provide, right, they're not going to say, oh, well, where's the dad at and what is he doing? No, they're going to take that child. They're not going to say, well, let him do, let's get the dad involved. Let's do this. No, all accountability is on the mother, especially when you're not married. And I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, well, no, you being married don't mean nothing. It's not even that. When you're married, though, and you have children, the accountability is different, especially when you're looking at it from a governmental standpoint.
But even still, you got some men.
I didn't say that you have men that don't. That's not good. I'm not saying that. You have some people that are married,
that are single moms.
Right? Exactly. Single moms and single fathers. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the accountability is different. It much so is.
It is.
But I mean, unfortunately, we dealing with a lot of parents, and I'm not just singling out fathers, that are conditional, meaning that they put their own shit, excuse my language, before their children.
Oh yeah.
Especially if the child don't live in their household.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is, oh, well, I just can't do that. They're not even gonna find a way.
It's not. They're not even
gonna try to help find a solution.
Fault how you got here.
And so when you get to a point where you're fed up with their mess, then it's,
oh, you bitter.
Oh, you bitter.
You just
you gonna always be painted as the bitter baby mom.
Hold on.
It's always gonna be that.
Real talk, true story.
I'm trying to find this link.
The boy, Tyler's great grandma told me, you can't put him on child support because he don't want to be. I said, wait a minute. I never was with him. Who told you that? Like, let's just be clear. She was like, oh, right. Like, because one thing about it, you don't have to ever worry about me lying or sugarcoating what a situation is, because it is what it is. I can't change. I can't change that. I can't change that at all. So, most definitely, we're gonna bring the Reverend on to see what he has to say on this topic, because The reverend is a man, and we want to hear a male's perspective in this instance, because he is a father that takes care of his kids on the weekends. So, Virgil, she just sent you the link, so click on that when you get a chance. But again, co-parenting is always the best way to go. However, in the event that co-parenting is not successful, please feel free to reach out to someone to help mediate that. There should not be a dollar amount placed on what a child needs, because you know what you needed when you was a kid. So you are also aware. Check your messenger, Virgil. You are also aware of food costs because you shopping for yourself. Right. You also are aware of gas because you're driving for yourself, and you out living your life. So if you are living your life and then the mom is not supposed to live her life, then what? Like, how is that fair?
Right.
Like, she didn't make the baby herself. But again,
check your messenger, Virgil.
That goes back to, because you don't really know a person in how they will respond in the situation until you are in the situation. Right. And the only time you will know how somebody responds to a situation is you've been there before. And guess what? And that's still a variable. It's in your messenger, Virgil, from LA, from her personal page. And so that's still a variable, right? So when you are, you can't say, well, you should have made better decisions. In some cases, like my case, I didn't have very much to go by. Right. But you was in an actual relationship, a long-term relationship. I was not. So my situation was like Russian roulette. So it wasn't really a letdown to me because I decided to have this kid. And guess what? I know that I'm going to have to be responsible for this kid. So it wasn't a big deal to me. Right. In your case, it was disappointment because you had an actual relationship. Right. You know what I'm saying? So disappointment also is hurtful because I can't believe you act like this because I didn't just meet you. Right. You wasn't a blind date. Right. Now, if you was a one night stand, you was a side chick, if you met the man at the McDonald's drive-through window, then you gonna really get what you get. Right. Right. So you really can't complain. So I never complained. I just did what I had to do. Yep. But that's how it is. You do what you got to do. But it's just like, I can't imagine having a child and they 15 minutes from me and not see them. That's me, right? I can't imagine that. But women carry a kid in their womb, so they nurture the kid from birth, from conception. Right. So it kind of becomes a part of them anyway. A man has to build the bond with the kid. And sometimes a bitter mom will get in the way of that. Right. Oh yeah, there's definitely sometimes a bitter dad will get in the way of a kid relationship with their mom. It's those things are, we're putting our own feelings onto somebody else. We're objectifying our kids, and we should not do that. Right. We should allow our kids to be kids as long as possible without the burdens of adulthood or the opinions of us, because that's one thing I don't like when I hear a man telling a kid how much they pay in child support. Oh, I can't do this for you because I pay child support. Let's take it. I think that's the most hurtful thing to a kid that they could ever hear. Well, not the most hurtful, but nobody takes the kids into considerations when they're going through these adult experiences. No one does that. And that's really kind of hard she's resending it, Virgil. That's really kind of hard as a kid to, all I asked was for something to eat. Say he backstage. He on the backstage somewhere else. Just press share. I'm gonna try it again. Virgil, go ahead. Reverend, she's gonna try again. Yeah, just put it in that box. It ain't gonna go in that box. No, it's Yeah, so for a lot of us that and I'm I'm okay with my son father. Like, I mean, I don't have any issues with him. I can't judge him, but this is what I do know.
I
Until
ain't
you
got no
do,
issues either.
if you
Wrong
do,
with that.
until you do right by your kids,
Hmm.
everything you think about gonna fail. Like, you cannot think that you're gonna have a good life and not take care of your kids. Y'all remember that singer Joe from a long time ago?
Mm-mm.
Don't be afraid. He had that baby with that dancer girl, and when she exposed him for not taking care of his kid, then what happened? I mean, the universe has its own way of righting its wrongs. So do right by people, period.
Girl, this can't get this bad.
Yo, people, anybody, it won't go over there and them come in. So you can
I'm gonna try this again.
hold on, Virgil. She's gonna try it again.
One more time. One more time.
One more time for the people in the back. Bam, bam. People in the back. Bam, bam. I know we done took y'all on the whole roller coaster today, baby, because I went from here to here to here. But it's okay, because we need to have these kind of conversations, because we need to start holding our adult friends accountable for the stuff that we see them doing wrong.
Right.
Because if you got a homeboy or a homegirl that ain't taking care of your kids, instead of talking about them behind their back, why don't you move them to the side and say, hey, your child is you?
I just sent it to you. You didn't get the last one I sent?
He can't do it. No, but really,
You can call.
you can always say, hey, you see the people. I mean, I hear girls like, she don't even take care of her kids, but you ain't told her that. Why ain't y'all telling y'all friends that, girl, you should leave them kids at home by themselves while you in the club? Too many kids are dying because y'all done left them at home
Right.
by themselves. And as a single mom, you do what you gotta do sometimes, but work is necessary. Club is not.
Right.
Club is not. Club is optional.
Now
he want to be faceless. Last week he was the Reverend. I don't know who the hell this is. Who the hell? Man, we got the Reverend in the building.
What's up?
Ben. Hey,
What's good?
How are you?
I'm all right. Fighting COVID.
Oh, you got COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Who did it?
But guess what? Your symptoms weren't that bad because you were vaccinated.
If you say so.
I mean, are you really? Look how you're able to still talk.
I've been shivering for like the last 2 days. Today's the first day I ate since like Friday.
Shivering. You was
Sound like you
cold.
had
You had
fever.
chills.
Yeah. Why?
So did you have COVID?
My headphones don't never work on this no more.
Did you have COVID or Omicron or whatever it's called?
I had COVID.
I'm saying, which variant?
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Hey,
Oh, look, tell
you
her
had
COVID,
Delta
COVID, it don't
88.
even matter.
Delta.
Girl.
Oh, that's the CBD.
Right. It's CBD.
So I'm listening. So today we're talking about, are you the man that's going to come?
So
No, you don't have to talk about.
No,
the problem with child support is that the calculations can be thrown off by anything. And also I've been on child support for 4 years, and I probably paid more than you had in those 20 years or 17 years, or however long, those 10 years you was talking about.
I only put them on with my son was 16.
And even with that, is I had my kids more than that. So it's like the system is so slanted that the truth almost don't even matter in none of that.
It's not for you. Child support isn't for you.
But it's supposed to be for the kids.
No, I'm saying you're in your kid's life. You all should have had a parenting plan without child support. right? Because you have your kids every weekend.
But I mean, even so, it's just like, how do I have my kids for such and such amount of time and pay more? Like me trying to do the right thing, I'm penalized. Or I could easily just go like, I qualify for everything in my life, making $14 an hour. I can go do that under the table, and then what about your child support?
Yeah, but you do have some fathers that are doing that though.
Yeah, mine.
And that's what I'm saying. So like, what's the repercussions? What does it really mean if like I'm ahead in child support and you empty my bank account? Like,
I mean,
yeah, we're not
it
saying
penalizes
that
good dads. It does penalize good dads, but you do have some people that need to be put on child support.
But no, like that's what I'm saying. But if you put me on child support and I don't pay, it doesn't matter. What's the worst? I get locked up. So, I still don't pay.
So this is why the system is in place to lock you up, because regardless,
you're still not getting paid. That's what I'm saying.
Right, because they don't care, because they want to remove black men from families anyway. Because if a black man is not at the head of his household, then it leaves the woman, and then there's more, because now the woman got to work, and then the dad's not there. So we can influence your kids through social media, through television, through radio, right? So if we remove the dad from the home, then we're also removing structure, because the woman got to work. We're going to underpay her, so she got to work 2 jobs. So we really going to have double time to be feeding your kids the bullshit.
So you're against the child support system that you're just advocating for?
No. I only put my son's father on child support because he hadn't seen my son in 6 to 12 months. I would have never even put him on child support, but now I got to pay for counseling. This is unfair to me, because you could really call him or come see him. You're 15 minutes away. So I'm not advocating, because it's in place for people that he paid it twice. He
that's my point.
under someone else's name, so I don't get back child support.
That's my point.
He told me that he couldn't file for unemployment because they were going to arrest me because he overpaid in child support. I'm like, how? When you owe me money? How? Well, I wasn't supposed to pay when he went to jail. He was still in high school when he went to jail. He got out of jail and went to high school. But we're not talking about good dads. We are talking about.
But they're part of the equation, and that's what I'm saying. It penalizes good fathers, and it's just another check mark for anybody that wants to be a deadbeat. Like, if it wasn't affecting my kids, I could live my life any way that I want to, and have no repercussions.
But look what you just said. It's affecting your kids, so you care about the fact of how it's going to impact your kids. So you're willing to do more than what some. I'm not going to say all men. Some men.
But the system that people are relying on is supposed to advocate for better stability of the children, but it's not. It's only crippling good fathers, and anybody that wants to beat it can beat it. So it's pointless.
I think really, I mean, we only can speak from our own perspective at the end of the day, and the things that we've actually gone through in our journey with having children by, whoever. Because there's some people that did good, and that kids actually benefit from, from that. You have others who, was basically scammed by the system. I do have a friend actually, they put themselves on child support, and they actually didn't pay out as much as when the mother had put them on child support. And people don't look at that as a difference. That is a difference, because when you as a father go and put yourself on child support, it looks like, okay, you're doing what you're looking like you're taking the initiative to actually make sure that your children are taken care of. That's what, and I'm telling you this from who I've talked to when I had to go through that stuff from the actual system. You know what I'm saying? About how it actually looks on paper. And like you said, they don't care. But it's a difference when you putting yourself on child support to take care of your kids rather than the mother putting you on child support to take care of your kids. One of them make it look like, okay, well, he's taking care of responsibility. The other one makes it look like, oh, well, this is something that had to be done because he wasn't taking care of responsibility. So it's a lot of factors that go into it. I'm not saying that the system is not flawed. I do think that the system is very flawed, but at the same token, I think it depends on the integrity and the type of person that you really are at the end of the day. Because if we're going to talk about, oh, what if there was no child support system put in place? If you weren't going to pay child support and you wasn't going to pay for, do anything for your kids in the first place, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, okay, so say you are, I don't know, say you were had something with your mother, the child's mother, and hey, okay, well, the child needs this or the child needs that, the child needs this, the child needs that. But then every time she asking for this or asking for that, there's always an excuse of why you can't provide those things or help to provide those things. But then it get mad when, not you per se, but then will get mad when you get put on child support to force you to have to pay for the things or do the things that you should have been doing without that. So I mean, simple stuff, diapers, you know what I'm saying, milk. I ain't got it. Go ask your aunt. Go ask your sister. Go ask your, it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But still, that same person is in the club that following Saturday popping bottles. Make it make sense. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing with a lot of situations. I'm not talking about all of them, but you do, and you are a different case. I know some really good fathers that do what they're supposed to do, and I know some that just don't.
But like $90 though.
They take care of some and don't take care of the other, but they be looked at like father of the year.
But I feel,
I mean, it just depends on the perspective. It depends on your situation. It depends on what you have experienced. Period. That's just really it.
In a lot of cases, some men shouldn't be put on child support because they were there in their kid's life, but the mom is bitter.
Right.
So the moms use that as a punishment. Is that wrong? Yes, that's very wrong. That's wrong. Right. But again, that's them taking advantage of this system in place. And that's sometimes women threaten men with child support. Men are so afraid of being put on child support that they do stuff that they don't even really want to do. Like some relationships are being held together just because a man don't want to be put on child support. And it's sad that grown-ups should be grown enough to, one, communicate their needs, communicate how they feel, and raise children together in the event that the relationship don't work out. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me or you. It's about the kid. And if our job is to prepare this kid to live a successful life, and we're sitting here bickering about minor things, and it's not really minor because for a man, a lump sum of money being taken out of their paycheck may at one time may seem like a lot, but the woman is doing it every day. So that one time sum is $20 this day, $50 this day, $75 this day. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming from the mother too. It's like y'all working together for this kid. Just don't have no fucking kids, people.
Not that you ain't ready for.
Stop making people.
Right. Stop making people.
Stop making people. Don't make no more people. We full. We full. Don't make no more people.
You crazy.
What, Reverend?
I have to be careful what I put on the CIA website.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Just don't even, because you're a reverend, and we've already built you up to be this reverend. So don't go here and act like deacon, such and such. Don't be act like choir member.
No, like I'm real particular with the information I put out because I don't want to paint her in a negative way. Yeah, but like sometimes just me telling the truth, it could sound a type of way.
Well, we talked about that. Sometimes your truth may hurt someone else's feelings.
Yep.
That's why in 2022, I'm moving forward with lessons learned, period. If your feelings hurt, oh, effing well. So if your truth is going to make her look bad, it's the truth. So the truth is a fact, right? It can be proven. It's not an opinion. So if you are stating that something that can be proven, then you can't be offended because it's proof, right?
But people's perception can be swayed by that thing. That's why they get offended. Because
No, that because deep down, when someone is offended by the truth, then they know the truth. They just living a lie. I'm only offended by the truth when I want to continue to live a lie.
I agree.
Yeah. So
Me getting put on child support, if it wasn't for the back child support that they fabricated per se, I saved easily $700 a month from what I was spending on the kids.
$700 every month from back child support.
But no, if me getting put on child support, I saved $700 from what I was spending.
Okay. So she lost out.
No, she didn't lose out because I had the kids more. So now it's to the point where I can only have them on this time. Oh no, I can't go do that. No, because if I keep you another day, now I'm eating ramen or whatever for the rest of the week. And child support doesn't count. Like what? I think in 2 years.
3 modification.
Huh?
You for a modification?
Nah, like if I won't go for a modification because I don't realize the child support now. But if I were to ever be taken back to court, I'm going for everything.
Like full custody?
But cause like I got hit and I was working part-time in Walmart.
But so I wouldn't have put you on child support, right? As a woman, if you working part-time and you are active in your kid life, I want to put you on child support.
But she's different. I was going somewhere else with that though. So yeah, from January 1st, 2019 to July 8th, 2019, how much you think they took from me? I was ordered to pay $500 a month.
How much? 12,000.
That's actually pretty close. 11,000.
Hey, listen, I see your paperwork. Remember, you had showed me.
Oh. And and like people be like, and people be like, that ain't enough to help. That ain't enough for this. That ain't enough. And I'm just like, yo, like, what world is this?
What?
And that's the same time, you went to Taiwan, you went to the DR, you did this, and it's like, yo, like,
went on that lump sum of money, not the 500 that was ordered. She went on that back money, which I don't understand why you had to pay back anyway.
But even with that said, it annoyed me because you asked me to split $50 for my son's birthday after all that. Like they just took $2,500 out of my account. They took money I have for savings and $50. Like what?
Yeah, but I hope y'all didn't have that conversation in front of the kids.
Huh?
I hope y'all didn't have that conversation in front of the kids.
I don't know what she says.
She said neither one of y'all are speaking about child support too.
Nah. I be. It's hard because being bigger gets you bitter eventually.
Resentment. Not
like
resentment.
Like as you try to be bigger and it's not appreciated, it just keeps gnawing at you and gnawing at you.
Bitter.
Hold on.
I'm gonna say resentment.
So.
Spill it, girl.
Thank you for saying that because you are absolutely right. Because I had to go and get into the quiet space because I was that person. I was always that person, turning the cheek, compromising. It was always about my child. Always about my child. But then there was one situation where my child was very hurt because of something that happened on, the other side. And I couldn't protect her from that. You know what I'm saying? Because she always gonna come to me. And you know, it was like I was like the person I always had to pick up the pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The child going through, you gotta pick up the pieces. But that one pivotal moment when she was actually hurt, and it wasn't a hurt that, oh, she fell and hurt herself. It was a heartbroken type of hurt. And at that point, like you said, that was like that point where it's like, you know what, can't do it no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you want to co-parent, you want to have conversations, you want, but for the betterment of your child, but you already know the space that you're in may not even allow you to do that because you have turned the cheek so much because you wanted things to stay cordial and cool and have your kid in a positive environment at all times. Till it got to a point where it was almost like they thought that they were running shit. Let me say it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Or that they don't do nothing wrong.
I was the bigger person and did not do X, Y, and Z. I let you have it. I paid it because, you know, da 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 da. So thank you for saying that though, because that's some real. That's,
but not
that's real.
bitter, resentment.
That's real.
What's the difference? Like
bitter is
yeah, it is a little bit
bitter is more so I'm just this way because I'm just this way.
Mm-hmm.
Resentment is more of a you did. Now
once you start growing and understand, you know what I'm saying? Once you start growing and doing your own personal development and all that stuff, like I'm way past that stuff now.
Yeah.
But oh yeah.
I just
stayed away.
In my transparency, I was resentful because you got an opportunity to go to college in your 20s. Mm-hmm. You got an opportunity to experience that life. Mm-hmm. I never bothered you. I allowed you to do that. I was resentful in the fact that I couldn't go to school when I wanted to go to school with everybody else my age. I'm having to go back to school with people younger than me. Not cool. I'm the old person in the classroom, not the oldest, but one of the older ones. And you didn't do shit with your life. So I'm resentful at the fact that I sacrificed so you can get ahead in life and come back and do something for your kid, and you ain't did a damn thing. You fumbled.
Mm. Well, I think on my end is the resentment was from the fact that you would take care of your other kids. And would not, and a lot of decisions that you made and the things that you did was not because it was really based on somebody else's opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, or the lack of. No, not even say lack of. It was you thinking that if you did certain things, you know what I'm saying, that it would be a problem in your own household.
I was told by a man that dads deserve to have a life too.
Everybody deserves to have a life, and that's why there, like you said before, it's very important to co-parent. We should be able to, you know,
we should all be just.
I had my spurs. I ain't gonna say I'm not saying that my daughter's father is a bad person.
No, we're not saying that.
But you know, hey,
he's great.
It's definitely been an experience. It's definitely been a learning experience.
It's definitely. And, I definitely only have one kid for a reason.
I have grown.
I
can't change nothing because it helped to mold me.
But shout out to my son, though.
You know, absolutely.
Shout out to my son because he's like the woman deserves to be paid the money.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to him.
But yeah, I always felt that way too. Like I don't necessarily care about what she does with the child support, but like don't
go to Taiwan, and I ain't been there.
No, I mean, don't go on all these trips and then talk about $50 for a birthday party.
That's that.
Well, it looks like you're mismanaging. That's
yeah. Dang, that's not what I was going on. Oh, like even while I was married, I told my wife that it was like it don't matter because no matter what, she was going to do X, Y, and Z anyway. With her getting this bit of money, it only makes it better for the kids,
right?
Because now they might get a little extra now because she was going to do what she wanted to do anyway. It's like I don't care where the money goes, but the
now,
mass of it.
now, if your kids would have been like, "Oh, we didn't eat on Tuesday and Thursday," you know what I'm saying? Or if their clothes was tattered every time you seen them, or I'm just saying, those are things that need to be addressed if you are paying child support, right? Because if I'm paying child support and my kids still ain't got no clothes and you look clean, we have a problem. Like we have a problem. I mean, I ain't saying it gotta be name brand because I don't feel like kids need to wear name brand clothes, but that's just my personal opinion because ain't nothing wrong with Walmart, thrift stores, or Target. But if they got on, if they are size 6 and they wearing clothes that are a size 3, we have a problem. You see what I'm saying?
That's not fashion.
No, that's not cute. This ain't Young Thug or whatever the boy name is. But if they say they hungry, then we have a problem because I'm paying child support. So why you not eating? You know what I'm saying? So it's child support is supposed to be to help. It's not supposed to be able to fund the things the mom want to do. But again, like I said, mothers spend money every day. And if they're not spending money every day on their kid, then like, okay, now we got something to talk about. But for the good parents, the ones that are utilizing the system correctly, it's not a problem. I don't think nobody needs to get 15. Some of these people that sleep with rappers and stuff, and they be like they want $15,000, $25,000 in child support. I'm trying to figure out what kind of life they live. But then maybe they got to pay for a private security detail. I don't know. Girl. I don't know how much that costs because I didn't have to pay for a private security detail. So I don't know why somebody would need $15,000 in child support unless they paying for school. You know, I mean, just I don't know.
Then the father should. I don't even agree with that. It's not even unless they paying for school. If that's the case, then the father should, be say, okay, well, your responsibility, from the courts. So your responsibility is to pay for private school. You don't even have to go to the mother. Like, just pay. You know what I'm saying?
Just pay the bill.
So that's what I'm saying right now.
The Breakfast Club talked about this the other day. They said the woman had a one night stand with a man that trapped a man so she can get a check every month for 18 years. And I'm like, who wants to be tied down to a kid for 18 years?
Right.
For a check. You have to have that. There has to be a lot of child support. Baby, I don't want no kid for no $400 a month. Okay.
400 is high though. Most people is only getting $50 and $60 every 4 months.
No, that's not high. That's not high. And
when you take the average, it's high.
But when I hear men say they lied so they could pay less in child support, that bothers me.
I'm not saying it should bother you, but it should bother people that can make a change in their system more. Like my nephew's been on child support all his life. I paid more than his father. Like I literally know nobody that's not making $300,000 a year that paid more than me, and I've only been on child support for 3.5 years, 4 years.
I think it also depends on where you live.
Huh?
Yeah, your cost of living may be extremely high in Arizona.
What'd you say?
The cost of living there may be extremely high.
It's extremely low. But what I'm saying is how many times did you not get your $90 in a year? That's what I'm saying. Like all this happens. How many times?
It was 85. Oh,
she got that every month.
Oh no, I didn't get it every month.
That's what I'm saying. It's like people would get all this stuff and they don't get it.
Let me throw something at you. Holidays, right? Guess what? Holidays, you would have it stopped because you knew HR.
Like my ex-wife got $20 one time.
Money during the holidays. Don't play with me. Listen.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's people that's been on child support for as long as I know that have never came to close to fulfilling the amount. I know people that be like, oh, he owes me $150,000, and they like 65 plus, and they never gonna see that money.
But in that case, I'll just drop it. So with the balance that he did. Oh, I'm like,
Ain't
man,
no way I'm gonna drop it if I ain't got it all this time.
I'm like, drop it, and you can work up under your own name now, right? Like, who even works under somebody else's name so they can avoid paying child support? Like, at the end of the day, this ain't no
Negroes.
kid. You was responsible for this kid. If you ain't did nothing for this kid from 0 to 16, and then you get put on child support, and then you still want to defraud them, come on, what kind of person are you?
And what's crazy is,
And he asked me on
later
a date. He asked me
later on
on a date.
they be talking about how they, they'll get mad with the mama because the kid disrespectful or something. Like, a lot of times, like, some people don't understand that children, it don't matter if you're a parent, a aunt, a coach, you as the adult is responsible for the type of relationship that you're going to have with that child.
You are.
It's your responsibility. How about hearing their dad's supposed to, oh, well, the kid don't call them. They're 5.
But you can call your
It's your
kid.
responsibility
You can call your
to
kid.
build that type of habit. You know what I'm saying? It's your responsibility. I've heard it so many times though. But as an adult, it's our responsibility.
It is to maintain relationship with a
and
kid.
and to build the type of relationship that you want. For example, you can't have for example, when I was coaching, right? When I coached cheerleading, dance, whatever, I'm the person that sets the tone. You know what I'm saying? I'm the coach, right?
Okay.
These are my rules,
Right.
These are the things that you cannot do. These are the consequences if you do them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you stand by, you're building those rapports with them. You're setting the tone. I am responsible for the type of relationship that I have with my students, with my team.
You are.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not going to accept you being disrespectful. So as soon as you get disrespectful, I'm gonna correct you. And then I'm gonna talk to your parent and let your parent know what happened. We're gonna have that rapport. But you cannot expect that for you to continue to let a child get away with this and get away with that. Don't say nothing, don't do this, don't do that. And then the child get older and you talk about, they disrespectful.
Yeah.
They disrespectful to you, but they won't be disrespectful to nobody else. No, because they have, even though they might know the right from the wrong, it's about the type of it's the relationship that you form with that person.
No.
And that's just,
if I say the kid disrespectful, that gives me an excuse not to deal with it.
Yeah, that too.
So the absent parent don't want the accountability of being the absent parent. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna try to paint the kid to be bad.
Ask him. So, Virgil, in a situation where say the father that was not that active in the child's life, they were a come and go father. They were conditional. They came when they wanted to and was around and did for the child when they wanted to.
Did they come or came? No, I'm just
but then when it came to like small decisions or whatever, and then the father step in and tell them what they can and cannot do, and the child looking like,
no, don't talk.
Like, I mean, how do you feel about that? Because it was. I have to talk to you about this off camera because it really was some stuff that was like, did you just do that? But she don't hear. They don't hear from you. No. They barely hear from you. But then when you come and you're around, you act like you somebody that's been around forever or that's there all the time.
Oh, you know, I'm the product of you.
Like
I'm the reason that
as far as like tell them what they can and can't do certain decisions. Like if you're sitting in a household, for example, with me, I'm in a household growing up with my mom, single parent, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My mom had her set of rules. I know those rules. I abide by those rules. This is what we do every day. You know what I'm saying? And say, my mom let me have, I don't know, Capri Suns. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I want them. just throwing something stupid out. I get Capri Suns. Right. But say then all of a sudden, I have a father that's had not been there, had not really been active. They come and go every blue moon or whatever. And then they're around and I did something. I went to go get a Capri Sun.
Now, were you at the
and they were like, well, you can't have it.
Hold on.
And the first thing what the child gonna say? Well, my mama.
Yeah, but hold on.
Well, my mama.
Hold on. Was you at the dad house?
No,
was you at the mom house?
You're in a setting where all y'all are together. You're not at neither one of their house.
Okay. And then did your mom step in? Or did the
Did the
mom
mom
step
did-
in and say, "Why let her have a juice box?"
Right. But
So
then
the-
they're adamant, father's adamant about what they saying.
But juice boxes are
And it's
bad for
like,
your
well,
teeth
who
and
you
sugar.
like? You've never been a part of the parenting.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, when you're
But you don't-
present, you want
You don't show that in front of the kid, though. You don't do that in front of the kid. Y'all had that.
Well, how else do you do it?
No, because look.
The kid doesn't get the juice box that they're used to, because you got to go back into the room and talk to them, and then you come back out and you either give them the juice box or you don't give them the juice box. You still did it in front of the kid.
Well, maybe that's not the time to have that conversation. So it'll be a conversation to have outside.
Well, yeah, like it's a conversation that probably shouldn't have been had. If you're not around enough to make parenting decisions, you shouldn't just jump in and try to flex like that.
But then you should speak to the mom outside of the situation, and then like, hey, well, let's work on this to try to come up with a plan. Again, sometimes people can do this, sometimes people cannot.
It's
Now, if it's like, Don, don't give him the juice box because he gonna wet the bed, okay, that's different. But just because you feel like making a rule,
they don't sleep.
huh?
Co-parenting is hard when, especially if the parents have two different ways of parenting.
No, the parenting is hard when y'all are not how do you
equally yoked,
cordial with one another. Like if the parents' relationship is not good or have all that lack, you know what I'm saying, meaning that you don't really communicate much, or whatnot, then it's not, in my opinion, it's not even co-parenting at the end of the day. Because I feel like if you're gonna co-parent, then you have to have some type of friendship. You know what I'm saying? Some type of respect for one another. Especially when it comes to this decision, whatever. It's not well, when I show up type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then that's another cop out for some parents too, because she don't let me be a parent the way I want to parent. So then so a person that don't want to be there gonna find a person that don't want to be there gonna find any reason to not be a parent. They're gonna look for everything that you do to be a reason why that they're not,
and not pay child support. That's my point.
Yeah, whatever reason they want to look at to not, because it'll be on you then, and not on me. You see what I'm saying? So then the accountability shifts from me to you, and then now it's your fault that and that's what people that don't really want to be parents do. They look for whatever reason to say, well, this is why I'm not going to be a dad, or I'm not going to be a mom.
But it is 10:40.
Oh wow. It was so deep. It's just so emotional.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can be.
That 10G, it is difficult. It's very difficult. And so, but we just, we appreciate you, faceless. Is that what you calling your damn self this week? Because listen, last week your name was Reverend, now you faceless. COVID survivor. You breathing easy to me. I ain't seen not one shiver.
Well, it's been like, today's like day 5.
Oh, okay. So you really okay now?
Well, what we're gonna do next week? It will be Christmas. Well, the week of Christmas.
Bells will be ringing.
That's what they say.
I'm gonna celebrate Kwanzaa.
Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that is our show tonight, guys.
Black. Thank you, Faceless, for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world. I love you.
I couldn't be anywhere in the world.
You could. You could be in Jordan right now. You could be,
Jordan.
Anywhere. So
yeah. So my final thoughts is those worksheets should be more fluid.
I agree.
when you calculate a time, just because the father doesn't have the kids, that doesn't default to the mother having kids. So that split should be closer to even, because if they stay with you Monday through Friday, but they're in school for 45 hours a week, you shouldn't get credit for that.
You shouldn't get credit. The mom shouldn't.
No. not for like a yearly rate, because like if you count in school, like in my situation, school is the only place that literally has the kids more than me, unless you're counting sleep.
But they count sleep too, though.
It does, but
With you because so here's the thing. Now, when they are babies, we all know, especially if the mother and the father is working, there's daycare. Daycare is very expensive. You know, a lot of
us put on child support till mom was 10.
Right. Daycare is expensive, and so I think that does have to be taken in consideration. But then once they do get of like elementary age, it just depends on that schedule of the parents, because then you have it where you're still having to pay some type of a daycare because you have the after school program until a parent gets off. It may not be as much as daycare, you know what I'm saying? As the nursery, but it's still another bill that has to be paid if there's no one to take care of that child after school. Honestly, I think that school should be the same. They should have school the same amount of time as work. I think at least 80% of parents are working as far as kids in school. So make it to where we ain't got to have after school program. We got to do something.
We do have to do something.
Something should happen.
It is the kids that
our after school program really need to just be free.
And that should be so now we're all thinking like socialists, but this is a commercial.
But it wouldn't be free because you collect the fee somehow. Like my stepson's in the school that after school program is free until 6. I tried to get my kids into that, but it wasn't convenient.
Oh, well, it was never free for my child. So
it was never free for my kid either, but
no, it might be an oddball, but like I was like, yo, this school does that, and it works.
Yeah,
and it's closer to everybody that's gonna pick them up.
Because I know here with me when I was working full time, I'm getting off at 5, having to go pick the child up and get her by 6 o'clock, because especially if it's a daycare or something, or even after school, they hit you with them late fees after.
They do after 6:15. You start paying $1 per minute.
Late fees.
Some of them is $5.
And they want the money. And they want their money.
Yeah, it's something. And then it's crazy because then you have these different programs as government issued programs where you may need the help, but they'll tell you that you make too much, but you really ain't even making what you need as far as the cost of living in your
$15 an hour is too much to qualify for
assist
for DHS or child care support, whatever it is.
And it's like, well, hold on, I make too much. Like I'm barely making ends meet, and you're telling me that I can't qualify for this, that, and the other. But yet, they would still fund people who are able bodies that can get up and go to work
because they
choose not to. They have multiple children, and yet they're on all the government assistance possible, selling their food stamps, whatever, doing whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? Wow, it was something I had posted on Facebook, and I said I'd rather be I would never want to be middle class. It said, I either really want to be rich or I'd rather be poor. And the whole storyline, I think I got that from your cousin. Mm-hmm. And the thing behind it was just the fact that with rich, you can afford all those things that you need. When you're poor, then the government is going to pay for all the stuff that you need. But when you're in that middle, you don't get no help, and then all the weight is on that. All the weight is on the middle class. All the weight is on the middle class. So, yeah, I get it.
It's only gonna be on me for a few more weeks because I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Yes, we are.
And within 20 days, period.
Gone.
Out of here.
We up.
Bentley truck. Let's go. So I'll still reach out to you every now and again. But my final thoughts, okay, yours is fluid, the worksheet is, hey, my final thoughts is definitely always be a good person.
Absolutely.
Be a good human.
That's not realistic.
That is. If everybody in the world did not what, if because what I think is right by somebody might not be right. With how they might not think that's the right thing to do. So if you treated people how you really wanted to be treated, I think the world would be a better place.
It would be, but like that's what I'm saying. If that was a thing, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
May not be.
No.
You all may not have that same perspective.
But you want someone to be nice to you. You want somebody to be polite, compassionate.
I know where you're coming from. This golden rule, but you also have the platinum rule. What I learned in public health, it is treat people how they want to be treated. Because you and me may not have the same outlook on a certain thing.
Right.
So you may accept something and like that, and might not like that and might want something else. And then you may do that to me, and I'm looking at you crazy because I don't like you. Don't like so no, you communicate. You find out what it is that people need and want. At the end of the day, I understand it. Just my whole thing is just, we need to walk with integrity at the end of the day. That's my
integrity. A lot of people don't have that.
Yes, we need to walk with integrity.
So that's what we need to do.
The child support system don't have integrity.
I'm not disagreeing.
The child support system, just like the judicial system, probably needs to be rewritten.
Absolutely, the whole system, everything,
even
the whole government assistance and all this stuff. It just needs to be.
You know what's crazy? Like the only person in my when they was doing the financials, the only person that was on my side was the DA. Like how ironic is that?
Well, were they really on your side, or were they just acting like it because
Oh no, she made it. She got me some numbers down. She was like, "Well, he gave her the money." Like they was trying not to count money I gave.
Dads have to go through that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But you're in a class of very few, because we just told you. I mean, people lying just so they don't have to pay, and they ain't doing nothing but cheating their kids. So.
They never cheating their children, but
it is what it is, and I'm not here to judge them because I don't even care. Because who are you, sir? But thank you, Virgil. Thank you, listeners. We love you guys. We'll call you later, Virgil. After this.
All right, so that's it for tonight, and we will see you guys next week.
Next week, same time, same place. Happier mood. We'll be festive.
See you at the beach to the bank.
Because I'm not moving to the money, move, period.
And if it can't be good,
be great
at it.